Good morning. What a stellar start it was for the equity markets here in India. Gains of over 1%, the Nifty 50 breaching the 15,000 mark, the Sensex crossing 50,000. But those gains were short-lived. We've cooled off from that mark, and currently the Nifty 50 is trading with gains of about 0.4%. Now the context is important to understand. We've been gaining consistently since Monday. But of course, overnight you had the Federal Reserve in the United States saying that it would continue with its accommodative, supportive monetary policy. It would continue with its massive bond buying program. The dollar weakened, stocks cooled off just a little bit, bond yields spiked. But there was also the tech results. The major tech companies in the US posted absolutely fantastic results. And that's boosted sentiment in the Asia Pacific region as well, and the Indian markets of course have sentiment boost since Monday. We've been gaining consistently since Monday, and of course we have earnings in India as well that have been quite fantastic. So quite a few financial names posting better than expected results, Bajaj Finance one of them. So let's look at some of the components of the Nifty 50 that have been moving significantly. Right on top you have the two steel companies. There's a buzz from China that it's cutting import tariffs on steel, indicating that perhaps it is willing to import. And that could mean that the mood is going to be supportive for prices to increase further for HRC steel. And that would be beneficial for the steel companies. Both those companies, JSW and Tata Steel, gaining over 4% at this juncture. The Bajaj twins doing particularly well for themselves, gaining about 2%. Reliance Industries, a Nifty heavyweight, gaining over 1%. It was gaining 2% and then it cooled off a little bit. It's now gaining about 1% ahead of its results tomorrow. Now, among the losers, not too much to speak of in terms of a trend that is developing, but you have a few financial names. ICICI Bank cooling off a little bit after gaining significantly, and you also have Hero MotoCorp that's losing about 1.4%. Market breadth for the broader markets is almost exactly even Stevens at this point, and that's because the broader market indices are not doing better than the benchmarks today. Today they're just about managing to stay in the green. It's a bit of a patchwork performance for the sectoral indices as well. You have the Nifty Bank and Auto that are flat at this juncture. Bank was actually doing quite well, Nifty Bank, early on in the session, but now it's flat. FMCG, IT gaining about 1/3% each. The pharma index is up about 1%, but the real gainer today, of course, is the metals pack, which is gaining over 2%. Not much to speak of with regard to the rest though. I would also watch out for the flows later this evening. Yesterday, foreign institutional investors, which have been consistent net sellers in our markets in the recent past, turned net buyers for the first time in quite a while. And they're still net sellers for the month so far, but could this be a change in trend? Because we've seen significant strength building in the Indian markets over the past 4 days or so. Or could this just be an aberration and could be returned to selling today? We'll have to wait and watch. In the meanwhile, as of now, we still have some bit of strength, but that seems to be cooling off even as we speak. In fact, so the Nifty 50 giving up even more gains while we are speaking at this point. So whether or not we stay in the green, I think would be determined by the kind of selling that could come in from foreign institutional investors, and that picture will be clear towards the end of the day today.